This #1 wide receiver is falling to the 8th round of fantasy drafts, and here's why managers need to take advantage of that. When thinking about the receivers you draft to your fantasy team, most important to consider is how many targets they're going to get. A good strategy is to identify the team's top option in the passing game. So when an owner can find a top option at later rounds of the draft, they're typically cashing in on serious value. And this season, there's one receiver that could very well open the season as his team's #1 option, and yet he's falling to the 8th round of drafts. For starters, this player's team lost both their #1 and 2 option from last season. On top of that, last year's running back averaged 100 targets per season across 2022 and 2023. Not only does this team have a new head coach, but also a new offensive coordinator. Lastly, this receiver will be playing alongside one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I'm talking about new Chargers wide receiver Ladd McConkey. Currently, Ladd's ADP sits at 88 in half PPR leagues, as that 42nd receiver off the board. Given his talent, we have every reason to believe he'll help millions of fantasy owners in the process. And he's just one of 5 potential fantasy wide receiver sleepers. To read about the other 4, check out this article.